tuning in to watch this video. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new punk rock videos every week and tap the bell to get notified when new videos drop. My name is Erin Micklow, and I'm here with Damnage. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Johnny.
Hey, I'm Tosh.
Tim.
I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Tosh, you and I know each other from some of the other bands you've been in. I am new to you guys, but I was introduced through my friend Dave Stukin, who we are here tonight with.
Hey, shout out to Dave.
Yes. So you guys are actually a brand new band, but none of you are new to the music industry. You're actually very, very seasoned musical professionals, musicians. Can you talk about some of the other bands that you're in?
You go ahead.
All of you have very impressive resumes. All of you do. So
We've played with a bunch of different artists, from Lady Gaga to Rihanna, Young Thug.
Yeah, this trio most recently probably did Young Thug.
Yeah,
that was
all three of us.
Yeah, that was fun. And me and Tim been doing Lady Gaga for a couple years.
yeah.
Tosh is with Jaden, and he's the fucking rock star.
Yeah, this guy right here.
And the other fucking 90 bands, he's a guy. So
Yeah. I would probably on your resume, the one that I freaked out the most was Bad Bunny. I was like, oh my fuck.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
We did that together.
Johnny was
yeah.
on bass on that one.
Yeah?
We wore kilts.
I didn't.
You didn't have a kilt on?
He didn't wear pants.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, I had
don't
on
like
a kilt
clothes.
with no underwear. It was epic. But I forgot that we were up on like a riser and I was doing kicks.
Why did you opt to do no underwear? Because you're not in Scotland. You're not Scottish.
I mean, but I just want to be a warrior. It's like if I'm gonna wear a kilt, I want to embody.
He was just underprepared. He just didn't know that he was
Yeah,
going
I
to have to
actually
wear
didn't have
something.
underwear on. Yeah, I just didn't wear underwear that day.
so wait, but did you have a kilt on?
No, I didn't. I just had like leather pants or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They made everyone else but me. I didn't have to.
Well, probably because you're the one sitting there with your legs open.
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to see that.
It was
Some
a fun
people
show
do.
though. All right, I had underwear on. I'm fine. Whatever. It was an epic show though.
Well, so how did the three of you meet then? Before, obviously, the two of you met playing with Gaga, but how did all you guys come together?
I've known him before that. Yeah, he's the one who hired me for that though. So Tim is one of my best friends. But I mean, everyone in the industry knows who Tim Stewart is. So, but I met him. It might have been like Miley Cyrus. Like
so.
we was doing like an MTV show with Miley like years ago.
Yeah.
Me, him, shout out to Aaron Spears, and yeah, man, we just connected, been close ever since. So he also has another band that he started that I played bass in. Then I did
Knives.
some stuff,
Knives,
as
right?
an artist. Yeah, the band Knives, yeah.
Knives,
Yep. So we did that, did a couple shows in Paris, and then I had my own shit that he produced, and and then one day we just decided to just merge, and make our own band.
That's awesome.
And then
I was like 15, and you
Yeah,
like DM'd
yeah.
me. He like DM'd me on Instagram, but
Whoa.
I was that's
he
weird.
was stuck in his
Whoa,
DM.
okay, that
15-year-old
sounds-
boys
Whoa.
on Instagram all the time.
No, I was a fan.
pretty
of the-
normal.
I was a fan of a drummer. I was a fan of a drummer who played with
Boots.
him.
Shout out to Boots.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
Boots. And
back
they-
when I was with Wiz.
Yeah, Wiz Khalifa, and I would watch all like these tour vlogs, and they always had Johnny Good in them, and I was like, what the hell? Who is this guy?
You know what's so funny is that when we were over there at the bar, he told me he snuck in my DMs. So now I snuck in his DMs.
That's weird.
I
think
don't
we
remember.
snuck at each other's
Well, the
DMs.
I
worst
think it
part
was
is
like
he was
a-
15, so I think that's the...
Yeah, I mean, you're already in the wrong. You can't win. He reached out to me first.
Hey man, I just seen his talent early, man. Like
That ain't gonna hold
like
up
how
in
those
court.
agents. I seen his talent, and now I was with Wiz, and shout out to Boost, man. We had like something special going on, and he was coming up, and he just was going viral, and so I was doing my own thing, and we all lived in Cali. I was like, bro, you trying to rock out on some shit? And I didn't know how old he was, but he was a fucking beast. So
Yeah.
then when he told me he was 15, I was like, I had to start sneaking him into clubs and shit.
Yeah, he was like sneaking me into
So
like
I'm the
bars
first
and
dude to
stuff.
snuck him in a bar. Yeah, I did. I'm
There's
sorry.
so many bad things.
I know that's horrible. But
That's crazy.
I don't know.
You're not doing well for yourself right now, John.
Yeah.
You're not holding yourself up.
The devil with their hand on the Bible. I got one more bullet in my rifle. Say another fucking word and I can find you. Think I'm losing my mind, I'm going psycho. Psycho! First class, ticket to the white class.
Well, so Tim, let's talk about, obviously, you know, like the two of them said, I feel like you're very humble about it, but you've had such a very full career and, you know, you're this monster in the scene. So can you talk about how you got started, some of the other musicians you've played with, obviously aside from Gaga, aside from Miley?
Right. Man, I've been playing so long. I got to do a lot of fun things with Suicidal Tendencies for a little while and Infectious Grooves.
That's so
Which
cool.
is awesome. Mike Muir is like one of my, you know, I kind of think of him as a mentor. He's like a really good friend.
Shout out Mike.
And like, you know, I've got to play with so many different people throughout the years. I don't know. I mean, I think this is my most favorite thing to do though. Write songs, perform them, be with my friends, you know. I feel very fortunate, very lucky to still be making music. So yeah.
Yeah, that was something I saw on your guys' social media, and that's something that, you know, Tosh, you and I have been friends for a minute. I've just met you guys tonight, but one thing that I've always admired about you guys as musicians is that, you know, you play with these really big artists, you're constantly touring, but you're very passionate and you do these side projects just because you want to. You know, it's just because it's apparent that you all just need to be playing music and expressing yourself, whether it makes money or not, whether it goes big or not. You're there for the music.
I think you have to. I think for me, throughout my life, I've had to always. I don't know. I don't think there's a world where I'm not making music.
Yeah.
You know, so it's. I don't think I have a choice really. You know what I mean? That would go
This
crazy.
is actually the primary. You know, everything else comes second, and it's a blessing to be able to do, you know, what we love, you know, on certain stages. But you know, deep down, you know, everyone's still a garage player, you know. So, and that's what we did. We literally got back in the garage, in Tim's garage, and in his garage, and we created some amazing music, you know. So, and we get to perform it tonight. So it's pretty cool.
So the band is like super, super brand new. So
Super new.
how did it come together that you guys were like, we're gonna start this band? Like, what was the beginning like?
You know, we've been friends forever, and we just decided let's write some songs.
Yeah.
Let's
Way
just
back-
make music. You
Dude,
know?
back years ago.
Years
too.
ago,
Like,
yeah.
Years ago. And honestly, Tim probably was the one, you know, slowing everyone down because dude was not right. Like, dude is such an amazing writer. Like, when I say amazing, you'll hear the songs tonight. Like, honestly, a lot of the songs were written by him, you know, from production down to, you know, and I would just come in and just write my little, you know, but he already had most of the ideas. But I feel like for years he just, you know, just played guitar, which is great. You know, we're blessed to be able to do that. But, you know, he just woke up one day and wanted to, you know, feature what he can do. And I'm blown away even knowing him for so long. Now dude can write amazing songs. So it's like,
man.
you know, we get to play them and, you know, and rock out. And
It's dope getting to like play songs that I would actually like listen to
Yeah,
and just
right.
like, you know.
Yeah.
it's like they're
jam
heartfelt.
along to, you know. Yeah.
They're emotional. They have, you know, some have pain, some have love, some have, you know, they're funny, you know, so a little bit of everything.
For everyone that's not familiar with your guys' sound, how would you describe your music?
Oh man, there's so many undertones. I think there's, you know, punk rock to post-punk stuff, alternative, electronic. I think it's anything that we really like. I think we didn't really set out to make a purely this or that. I think it's just whatever's coming out, you know, from us. And that's the freedom in doing your own things, you know. we're not really chasing anybody or any sound. We're just what is freely coming out of us, you know.
We want to trailblaze our own sound.
Yeah.
So I think the best way to describe it is just very original. You know, it's just
Yeah.
original. It's us, you know.
I think you guys, if I had to compare it to anybody, if I had to,
Please,
but
please.
it is different. You guys are not a carbon copy. Horror. HOO9.
Love those guys,
Horror.
man. I fucking love those dudes.
It
Yeah.
has essences of that, but then when you listen to the two singles that you have put out, it's very different. But like on first listen, before you like re-listen to those songs again, Horror is the first thing I thought.
Those are our darker songs for sure. Yeah. But honestly, like we're big fans of what they do as well. Like everything from down to their Doc Martin endorsement to, you know, how they came up with the Warped Tour and like everything they done. Like they've been killing for years.
Yeah.
You can go watch them on YouTube 10, 12, 15 years ago. So, you know, they were definitely, for me, you know, being new to this kind of music, you know, they were like a template, you know, even for me. I got to see some young black dudes like killing in this scene besides Bad Brains.
Yeah.
So for me, I love Horror. They're amazing.
Yeah, they're really
You know?
cool.
Yeah.
They bring the
And
energy.
it's fun because with Damnage, you know, we have a lot of, you know, we have songs that might remind you of a ballad, or we have songs that it's just straight up, just fucking fast ass punk, you know. So we just really just instead of just staying in one lane for us, we just really just bent the genres and, you know, whatever our hearts felt for that day, we just created that sound, you know, even if it was just totally left of what you heard on our Spotify.
Well, and
you
I
know?
think that's just reminiscent of you guys as musicians and all of the different artists that you have respectively played with, which, you know, takes an immense amount of discipline, skill, and talent to play with the range of artists that you have, and then to come in and say, well, what do we want to play if we're not like a hired person?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to do now that you think about it, because we're so used to like,
Being told.
yeah. So when you finally get to like tonight, we're no playback, no clicks, no nothing. That's like we just spent, and he's about to spend 9 weeks doing that with Jaden. We just spent 9 weeks or however long doing that with Gaga. So it's like now we're here.
Yeah.
No clicks, no track, just the fucking raw
Guitar,
essence.
bass, drums,
Yeah,
vocals.
that's it.
And you know, like the first time we ever actually played it, the first time me and Tim even met was at our first show together when it was Johnny Good and Triple O's.
Oh yeah.
And it was like we had never even met, and it just like we did the same thing, no backing tracks, nothing, and it was like, and it just felt right, and like that's kind of what we're doing tonight. It's like just what feels right, you know.
That's awesome. I just, you know, I admire that so much about you guys, of like your range as musicians, and that's something that just, you know, takes an immense amount of time and craftsmanship to cultivate. So
We
I admire
appreciate
that.
Thank
I
you so
respect
much.
it.
For real. We admire and respect you as well, you know. Erin
Thank you.
Micklow, man.
Aaron
If
Micklow's
you don't
biggest
know her,
fan.
you will. I know, right? It's an honor for me to just get a little prick. Like, you know, I'm getting a little. I've just
little
seen
hair
him
poke.
for so long. Now I'm just getting to, you know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wow. Now I'm about to blush. It's like, nah.
Well, so let's talk about the two singles that you guys do have out on streaming platforms. Like you talk about all these other songs you have, but there's only 2 out. Is that correct?
Yep.
It's Nightmare and Power.
Pride
Yeah,
Tower.
Pride Tower. Yeah.
Pride.
You were close. That was great.
Yeah.
Thank you for even doing research.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. What we all deal with as people, you know, like just, I don't care if you're brown, green, you know, sometimes you might deal with someone stepping on your back, you know,
Yeah.
so you can be, I know white people who get, you know, that get stepped on by authority. I know brown people. So for me, you know, Pratt Tower is mostly about, you know, taking your power back and just not being stuck on social media or stuck trying to follow what this next person's doing. Because the more we're on our phones and not tapping into our own creative genius, we're giving someone else our time, you know. So Pride Tower is just about just taking your time back from the rich and powerful and the prideful, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause they love for us to just be stuck doing nothing, you know. So
Do you feel like by sending that message with the artists that all of you play with, you're gonna get some pushback for that?
nah, we don't even care.
think so.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't-
yeah.
I don't think that crossed any of my mind.
Yeah, that's the first time actually. But nah, I think, you know, when you listen to it, really listen to the lyrics, you know, it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know, it's about just, you know, not being stepped on. And I feel like for me, that's what a lot of our music is about. Not being stepped on, standing up for yourself. And, you know, I said screaming, and he has this part, he says it's singing, you know. But we're all talking about, you know, love, hate, everything we deal with as humans, you know.
Yeah, for
Everything
sure.
from getting fired to getting hired and everything in between.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean that's just a part of any job, especially the music industry. It's like you don't know why, how, or when, but sometimes it's just your numbers up and
Yeah.
you're on the chopping
That's
block,
it.
and then it's like, oh fuck, where's
That's
the
it.
next job?
So it takes someone powerful to do that, you know. So
Yeah.
just making fun with music. That's all.
I was chasing my dreams, that's when she rolled up. But she was on my team, the money showed up. I had to put on my but I still got my dreams.
Well, so can you talk about the making of those songs, and then when are the rest of them going to be released? Because you have talked about there are more songs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
we have
probably
albums.
about 2 albums finished, just about. So I think right now we're just trying to figure out what we want to do. You know, taking our time, and I think the next song we put out is going to be "Never See It."
It's completely different.
Yeah.
It's completely like polar opposite.
Ballad
Yeah.
type.
Yeah, it's polar opposite. So for us, it's, you know, we're just putting out music. You know, we spent the last couple years actually making something that we can fall in love with, instead of just doing what everyone else does. And no disrespect to, you know, them, but put out 1,000 songs a year.
Yeah.
But so is everyone else. So for us, if we're gonna put out music, it has to be something that we want to live with for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's no rush. You know, we take our time and make great music. Now we got 2 albums that we're ready to drop. You know.
Well, and I think that's the theme of like why you were a good fit to do this show tonight with Dave Stukin, because you know he's been my friend for like 15 years maybe almost.
Wow.
And that's one thing that we discussed tonight too, is that, you know, it took him like nearly 6 freaking years to put his album out because he doesn't want to put out shit. He'd rather just not do it
Yeah.
than put out something that is like, eh.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you love music, I mean, that's like the right thing to do, you know, because then you're just chasing numbers,
Yeah.
you know, and we don't want to chase numbers, you know. None of us are number chasers. So it just, you know, that's why we play together, because we all follow the same code and we want the same things. So,
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, do you have release dates for these new songs? Yeah. Do you have an idea?
say never see it.
Never See It. I think within the next couple months or month or two.
I would
it'll be
say
out.
never see it within 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months.
And then after that, I think we're gonna start getting it going. 'Cause
And we're in a great place too.
Yeah.
Like we're you know, our team is growing. You know, we have management now. We have like, you know, to where it's like we don't really want to fully guerrilla style, you know. So now we have, you know, people that are helping us out and we're doing things the right way. So now we just might not be able to put out a song whenever we just felt like it, you know, which
Yeah.
is cool because
You have a lot more people making
We got a
decisions.
plan, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Well, so how is that going to work then for you guys with the respective tours that you have committed to with your other musical projects?
Tosh is leaving us.
I mean,
Tosh
Yeah.
leaving.
Tosh, you're always on tour.
He's actually like not playing the show. He's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he just
he's
sound checked tonight.
yeah, I
He's
just
gotta leave right
sound check.
now.
I had to bounce. Right? No, I mean, these guys like they're always. I'm like recording a bunch of stuff, like just drum ideas and stuff, even to send to them so they can write when I'm gone and stuff, and like we have a bunch of stuff stocked up, you know, like keep it, you know, just so we can keep stuff rolling while you know while some of us are gone and stuff, and then we always got my dad to sub whenever we need a drummer.
Yeah.
Stoner, yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
facts.
And honestly, it works better than you think, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's the beauty of it. You get to do multiple things with your life instead of being in one thing
Yeah.
for 50 years.
Yeah.
Because we're not like doing it to be like famous or nothing. Like we just love music.
Yeah.
So no matter if we're here or fucking in France doing some shit in front of 60,000, it's all the same to us.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Yeah, like he said though, he's just always on drums. He sends us shit. When he's gone, we write. When he's back, we play. And you know, same with him. You know, he rocks with American Idol as well. So you know, this is my best friend. Sometimes I might not even be able to see. he gonna leave too. So sometimes I just be out the crib like, where all my friends at, you know? So, yeah, it's cool. I got a dog and a little puppy, so you know.
But we are in that age where it has gotten so much easier to just record yourself.
yeah.
And it's just like, you know, even here, this interview is self-shot.
But you're amazing at it, you know? So.
And it's like, you know, you just, especially if the pandemic taught us anything, it was like, well, shit, get good at self-shooting.
That's it.
Period.
You better know what you know. And this shit can be gone in another fucking sneeze again. We one sneeze away from fucking another
Zombies.
whole fucking, you know?
No, thank you.
I just started watching Last of Us. I'm scared.
What? Which one?
The zombie movie.
Oh, Last of Us?
Dude, I can't watch it.
Yeah,
no, thank
I love
you.
zombies. If I get drunk, I turn into a zombie. It's weird. Till knows, like, I start biting people. It gets.
So, before we close out, I want to ask, can you guys share some of your craziest stories as a musician? What are some of the stories that just stand out to you the most? They don't have to be crazy, but
What are
just...
you legally allowed to say?
Yeah, what
I
are
got
you
too
legally
many.
allowed to say? Maybe hide. You don't have to disclose the musician that you were on tour with, but just what is some of the
Yeah.
weirdest shit?
I just have a list of dumb shit I've
Yeah,
done.
we all have lists.
They
I
all
think-
involve alcohol though. That's
Yeah,
why I'm sober now.
Yeah, he's sober. Like 22.
I'm just kidding. I'm
he only
for
drank
like a couple weeks.
He only drank 2 days
2
out the
hours
month.
sober.
He's only drank 2 days out the month.
I'm super proud of
Yo,
it.
I think you remember when we were at somewhere in New York, and I just like there was like a 40-pound table in a dive bar, and I was drunk, and I just grabbed onto it and just like rode it down and like bruised my ribs. That was like a couple years ago. So
Why would you do that?
it was you said the dumbest thing you did on tour, right?
Crazy. I mean,
That was crazy.
That's pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, I was.
Why would you
I mean,
do
some tours are epic. Like, I was fucked up for a couple
Sometimes
months,
you ain't got nothing better to do, though.
bro. I woke up the next day and I was fucked up for a couple months, bro. Yeah, so that was pretty stupid.
Yeah,
won't do
that,
that
I
no
mean,
more.
that's that. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just being honest.
I did a stage dive when Youngblood played the whiskey,
I seen
and
that.
and nobody right before he threw his guitar, and everybody caught that.
But they didn't catch you.
No,
damn.
and it hurt really
Oh,
bad. I
damn.
mean, mostly my pride was hurt, but
You know,
like,
sometimes
wow, I
the
look
pride
really
gotta be hurt. You know, it's cool. It's
I
a
look
part-
really fucking stupid.
It's a part of life.
Hey, sometimes
I
you
do
look
that once a
stupid.
month, bro.
Well, so what about you guys?
I got arrested in Russia once.
Okay.
Put in a holding cell in an airport, and I was in an airport holding cell for like 14 hours.
Wow.
That sucked.
I didn't
I was
know that.
16. Yeah.
What was the charge?
No, it was like they were they got the whole band, everyone that was on the tour. It was like some racism stuff. Like they were racist against like it was all different races were in the band and stuff, and they were just like not
Yeah.
cool with us and started shit and started yelling in Russian and then took us all to some room and
That's
Well,
never
how did you
fun.
guys get out of it?
I still don't know. I fell asleep. My dad was like, "Hey, you'll be fine. I'll handle it. You just go to sleep."
That's normally how you get out of trouble is just fake sleep. Like I remember that used to work.
I woke up and they were like, "All right, y'all are free to go." And we got to leave. Missed our flight, but we made the show the next day.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Where was the show? Was it in Russia?
it was in Lithuania.
Okay. Okay. We're out of here. Next country. And so, what about you?
Oh
He
man,
does have a list.
You don't
I
wanna know
think
any
he'll
You
be
of
able
have
to-
some. You have to
all
have
bad.
one that you can share.
He's been on. Oh, I know one. He got a fucking. Now this is crazy. He got that fucking tattoo on a fucking moving bus. The artist was drunk and he was drunk.
most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
He
crazy.
got what he was able to get done.
I was like this. Like, bro, I don't think
That's
it's gonna
fucking
work.
crazy.
I'm
Show
pretty
the
Eric,
touch
I
of the
know.
camera. Go like this.
I'll never fucking do that. It looks hard though.
No, he
fucking
fixed it. He
yeah.
fixed
The
it.
tattoo artist is a god, so that's
Initially,
probably
we were like, yo, dude, it's not gonna work.
Eric's a god.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, he probably has like 90 stories.
Yeah, you don't want to
He's
hear
an
any of
OG,
those.
man. Like
They're all
that's
bad.
the man right there for real.
So I've heard. So let's close out with what's coming up for the band. What's coming up for you guys personally, respectively, in your musical careers, musician careers.
I'm about to leave on tour with Jaden for a couple months.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, staying busy. We got like a ton of stuff though that we're working on, just writing a ton of music and stuff, and like
Working on the
recording.
album.
Yeah.
Music. You know, everything from.
Got some shows coming up.
Yeah, we got a couple more shows. Yeah, we got actually got a show in 2 days from now.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
What is that show?
Dirty Mondays.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
so, yep.
Yeah, because that guy is here that produces the
so
Dirty
we'll
Mondays.
be over there on Monday. So yeah, we're just beating the streets. You know, what better place to do it than in Hollywood?
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully we get to see a lot more of you. You get to see a lot more of us. You know, we get to rock out. You know,
For
get
sure.
some different green rooms together. You know, have some fun.
For sure. What about you? Anything?
Same, yeah. Gonna be working on music writing, working on the album, trying to get ready to be put out, and doing shows. Really,
That's
the goal,
awesome.
you know?
And then I'm going to close with that and say thank you guys so much for
thank
taking
you.
the time tonight.
Nah, thank you. Yeah.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Love what you do. Seriously.
Hey, what up? We're Damnage.
And you're watching.
Last Rockers TV.